they'll show up.
So let's switch back again to money and to paying taxes in Mexico. And this is kind of a little bit of a personal pet peeve in terms of like, what are you supposed to pay to Mexico? What are you supposed to pay to Canada or the United States and whatnot? And how people may be skirting tax law down here, maybe even unknowingly, because Rennie has clear income in Mexico. I want to hear what her take on that is and how paying taxes works down here.
Oh, taxes. They are so fun. In Mexico, as a business person, you have to pay your taxes monthly. That means you have to send your receipts monthly and make sure that you've done your invoices and gotten that all straight. I have an accountant. I am not going to do that. Every time I try it myself, there's one button I've missed. It's not that complicated, but you really need to know what you're doing. So I have an accountant that helps me out, and it works fine. The tax thing is really weird. I pay taxes on the rental. I don't pay taxes on my teaching because English classes are not taxable for whatever reason. And my taxes work out to be about 260 pesos a month, which is next to nothing. Really.
I'm super glad to hear Rennie's making money in Mexico and paying taxes in Mexico, and it's quite clear that that needs to happen. What's less clear is when you're a part-time resident or a full-time resident, things like that. I do think it's important for those of us moving to Mexico to pay taxes. Clearly we're paying property taxes, we're paying sales tax, but if we owe income tax, we should be paying it too. We are living in this country and using the services of this country. So many people up in the United States are angry about people from other countries coming and being in the country illegal. I could go on a whole rant about this, but this is just my plea for making sure that as foreigners in Mexico, we're doing the right thing for paying our taxes here. But let's switch over to how much Spanish Rennie speaks.
Oh, Spanish.
This
I
one.
left Canada with virtually no Spanish. And I arrived in my first country, which was Paraguay in South America. And there wasn't people that spoke English. You learned, point and shoot. I want that. What is it? And over the years, I picked up Spanish along the way. My accent changes depending on what country I was in. But now in Mexico, I am not proficient. I probably will never be proficient. I have a good vocabulary. I understand most of what I hear, but actually saying it back always is the issue. Not being able to put the sentences together, not being able to connect all those verbs in the right way. Yeah, it's probably a little brutal, but most Mexicans are so appreciative that I am trying, I am using what I know, even when it comes out kind of ass backwards. They're really good. And if you listen carefully, most Mexicans will repeat what you said, but they will repeat it correctly. So if you listen, when you butchered it, they'll repeat it to you, but in the proper way, and you learn. I'm always going to make mistakes, but you learn.
So I think Rennie understands a lot of Spanish, more so than me, because actually, so as we were sitting here, there was one of the trucks going by that was advertising. First, it was like tamales, and then there was one advertising anything made of plastic.
De muy buena calidad, a las puertas de su casa, a precios de rebaja.
And she did a really good job of understanding through that loudspeaker what they were saying. And that's one of the things that starts to be really tough for me, is I might understand it if it was spoken clearly to me, but when it comes through a loudspeaker, things can be really hard